Hello, welcome. This is Seewing Yee from the Yee Real Estate Network, and like to go over this government Veterans Administration VA foreclosure. There are many potential entrance and exit strategies with respect to the VA foreclosures, and this particular short presentation is no exception because yeah, the more I continue to promote this VA system, the more enticing, the more interesting it is, and so it's all for the benefit of real estate investors. So, so this is something that I have not presented with respect to the VA foreclosures because this is a potentially a relatively short-term or even intermediate-term strategy, meaning that I'm not saying this property is conducive to flipping, if you will, but it is a possibility. But if this were a flipping opportunity, then I wouldn't flip it right away after you close escrow. I probably would like to wait 6 months to a year to see how the market is. But nevertheless, the upside appears to be whole very, very potentially attractive. So let's, without further ado, let's go over it. Now, uh, my assumption I'm going to make right now is for those of you that qualify for the VA financing, 5% down VA financing, right? Um, that'll be ideal. But then again, some of you who do not qualify for the Vendee financing 5% down because you do not have 2 years of rental property ownership experience. That's quite all right too. You can also use that a regular 25% down payment. But ideally, the best bang for your money is qualify for the 5% down, uh, and then go take a look at this. So just be open and let's do what I have to say. This property is located in the suburbs of Houston. And let me go over the map. So yeah, all the suburban path of growth. That's the kind of trend that you should look for. The path of growth within the outskirts of a major city, and Houston suburbs or metro or no exception. So this property located in Seabrook by around here, close to the Gulf Coast, right? Between you know the inner core of Houston and and the uh, the uh, the Gulf of Mexico area in Galveston, which is right here, right? But regardless, this is a very, very interesting situation. This community obviously is a very high-end community. This list price as of today, uh, today is March the 8th, 2020. This VA listing price just came in to the listing portal for 355,000. 4 bedroom, 3 bath, 3789 square foot. Now you're thinking, well, Seewing, why are you promoting something that will not cash flow with 5% down? I know that's a good question. So I totally understand that. However, but just hear me out, okay? Let me go through the process. All right, let's go over the neighborhood. Let's look at my rental meter within on a typical 4 bedrooms. All right, and let's go over the square footage is, let me see, almost 3,800 square foot. This is a huge, it's like a mansion. Okay, so let's look at similar homes in the area within the 3 mile radius. Let's see how many other homes are rented, and uh, and look at how much is the gross rent. All right, so let's go down. So there are 21 homes within a 3 mile radius uh, of this house that are rented for the following amount. So let's match up as close as possible. Now I know this house is almost 4,000 square foot, but a lot of these homes close by are not near 4,000 square foot, uh, which is the closest is around 3,000 square foot. And even then, the gross rent is like almost 2,400, right? So that's the highest. Over here, this is the closest. at 3,300 square foot at renting for 2,600. So uh, so it's not really an apple to apple comparison, but suffice to say that the rent is very high. So I mean the rental pool will be obviously smaller. You're gonna have to find, you know, the property management in the local area. If you were to purchase a property and get offer accepted and close escrow and all that, you have to, the property manager had to, work very hard in the next 30 to 60 days, maybe 90 days to find a renter, long-term tenant, because I do not believe this community allow Airbnb short-term rentals because this is a part of the community. So having said that, according to Zillow, the rental situation, let me see, on this particular property, I can't rely on Zillow too much in this unique situation. 3,800. I don't think too many tenants are willing to pay 3,800 for annual 1 year lease. So this Zillow, I mean, so I can't rely on this number. If I can get this number, if somebody can willing to pay almost $4,000 to rent this property, then you can achieve cash flow at 5% down or 25% down, whatever, right? But at the end of the day, the expectation would be if you would rent this out, it'll be like anywhere from 2,500 to 3,000. You might get lucky. You might have a motivated tenant that are temporarily moving into this great suburban area, and they may willing to pay you 3,000, 3,500, or even 3,800 as indicated on the Zillow. All right, so it's not about achieving cash flow. The reason why I took the time to present this, again, it's not for everybody, but you have to look at the upside and the downside. A little bit of risk, not too much. But here's what's intriguing me. Okay, let's cut to the chase. What intrigues me is, although the listing price right now is alleged to be 355K in the open market, look at what happened previously, and we have to do some additional research and due diligence. Why a mere like 8 months ago, this house was listed at 550,000, now has all the way been reduced to 355K, right? So those kind of research we have to undertake, but yeah, we have to talk to the listing agent. We have to do some additional research, talk to a private manager, which I'm willing to do that, depending on who is my client. They're gonna partake into this situation. So now let's look at the interior of the property to see. I know it's hard to get a complete understanding by visually, by mere looking at the picture. But let's give it a shot to see. Okay, so look at the 32 pictures. The first, everything looks clean, right? So I do not see this property is relatively new. It appears to be very nice. It's all cleaned up, all fixed up to be prepared for listing, right? And this is a very interesting property. This kind of property doesn't happen too often with respect to VA foreclosures, but I do see this kind of property popping up maybe once or twice a month. Not necessarily in the Houston, Texas market, but could be some other market in Florida or in other parts of Texas that have similar intriguing potential, right? So, okay, I'm not going to spend too much time. It appears the entire house, as big as it is, almost 4,000 square foot, appear to be very clean, very immaculated, done. So any kind of cosmetic repair, maybe, I don't know, 5,000, not even. Who knows? We don't know until, if you were to submit an offer, your offer get accepted, then there's a contingency for the inspection report, da-da-da. So, we can those are down the road, but internally, looks real good, right? Like a mansion. Okay, a mansion only costs 355,000. This kind of mansion in Palo Alto probably costs you $5 million, whatever, in the Bay Area, anywhere. So what intrigues me is, yeah, the difference in pricing. 9 months ago, it was listed at 550K. Now in March, all the way down to 365K. So that's a gap of like 200,000. So we should make sure to determine why is the $200,000 gap. So this is very, as a buyer, this is a very, very interesting scenario. So I think one, for those of you out there, if you have a relatively decent experience in real estate, it just behooves someone to at least to make an offer on this property with a vendee financing offer, or even a all cash offer, or even a 25% down conventional loan offer for those of you that do not qualify for the vendee financing due to the 2 years of prior rental property ownership experience. Okay, so I'm not saying you should be, again, the exit strategy after, if all goes well, your offer get accepted, and then you pay for the rehab costs, you close escrow, you bring a renter in. Again, the exit strategies could be short-term flipped within a few months, within 6 months, or rented out one annual lease or 6-month lease. So somebody pay you $3,000, $3,500, whatever, that's fine. At least holding, have a slight negative cash flow. It's okay, because the if this numbers between the list price of today, 365K, versus 9 months ago at 550, if these numbers are verified, and the reasons that after additional research, talking to the local people, that we can do that after your offer get accepted, right? Then you can order the inspection to see how it goes, right? So there's one angle to look at it. Other than that, this community obviously is rated on a Zillow 7 out of 10 elementary, 8 out of 10 intermediate, junior high school, and 8 out of 10 senior high school. So clearly tells me that this is a this is an A-class neighborhood. All right, I mean, that's pretty obvious. Okay, so all right, and let me see what else we need to look at. If you look at the neighborhood comp, there's not too many comp. This property, 1,000 square foot less similar homes close by, is already priced at 325K. So so we know this property is way below market. We don't know exactly how much, but it's intriguing to find out. All right, so nothing else I need to say on this. Some of you, oh, look at the neighborhoods. It's amazing, right? Houston suburbs, see? It's, we buy real estate, it's location, location, location. It's all about a neighborhood. It's all about a radius of an area that you're buying. That is how you look at research and due diligence. Is you buying into a particular neighborhood, however big that is. All right, so I think that's all I have to say. So yep. Otherwise, look at my VA Foreclosure newsletter. Look at the conditions to enter my program. I'm not going to waste any more time or spend any more time. All right, thank you so much for listening. This is Seewing Yee from the Yee Real Estate Network. Contact me, consult me if you're interested in this unique system, and look over the conditions that I impose upon my investors to enter my system. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Goodbye.